We are the
And
Ninging.
the stream is live. There we go. We're gonna be doing some artsy stuff. We're gonna be doing some artsy stuff today. What's the topic? Because this is a draw together compared to the last thing, which was Gartic Phone. What's what's the topic?
Today's topic is Monster Girls and or Monster Boys.
Got it. Let's see what we can make of that. Wow, I am zoomed in really close. I am my size is also it is. There we go, 10 pixels. Oop, there. All right, that looks a lot better.
Oh, get on our level. Use 1 pixel.
Absolutely
Sure.
not. You're a heathen.
No, look at where I did it.
What the fuck are you? I can't see. God damn it! What I. Among Us already. These aren't monster women and monster men. These are aberrants. These don't belong here. Stop it with the Among Us pixel art. Cease your sins.
Never.
Godless people. Godless.
Never.
Okay, I'm gonna find my corner and get to work. Why am I so zoomed in? Oh, that's right, because you made it as tiny as fucking possible.
That's
Alright.
the tiniest Among Us you can make.
Alright, I'm in my corner. What to do? Well, I've started out by making this absolutely perturbing shape. Um,
What?
oh, I know what I could do with this. I know. I'm curious to see if anyone actually knows what I'm doing.
Here's an interesting question. I know not everyone will have an answer, but just one that's been in my brain because I was watching that sort of stuff this morning. But what's your favorite Skyrim character?
My favorite Skyrim character? Oh, I've been aching to play some more Skyrim recently. Um, but I'm gonna say Parthenax.
Mm,
Now
that's a
that
fair answer.
mainly because Parthenax is just he's Grandpa Dragon. Like
He
anyone who
learned the error of his ways.
he's
Yeah.
Grandpa Dragon, and the fact that the Blades want you to kill Grandpa Dragon is very uncouth,
It is a farce.
very
And
very
that's
rude.
that's one reason I can't pick uh any of the leaders, any of the members of the Blade. Otherwise, I like them. You know, they're the old folks who just keep on kicking, but they still want to kill the dragon. So I can't.
Listen,
Uh,
Esbern is already way more likable than Delphine. Everybody knows Delphine is a
true.
blowhard and a weirdo.
That's true.
I only joined them for the samurai gear.
I mean, I agree. I love their aesthetic.
Yeah.
So
My
I
Uh,
favorite of all
go ahead.
characters.
so okay. I'm gonna counter your question real quick. What is your guys' favorite Skyrim encounter? Monster, animal, thing like that. What is the most interesting encounter you have for Skyrim?
Mm. I, I mean, I, hmm. I mean, hmm. It is a difficult one because there's so many encounters, but the main thing that I feel like, what's the word? I guess I've, I guess I never really focused very hard on the encounters list. I mean, I know I like it when interesting shit like you encountering a bunch of bandits fighting each other happens, or when
Right.
you see a two different like in groups of mages trying to kill each other, or sometimes when you're just finding two dueling mages, or when you meet that elder orc that wants to be killed in combat honorably, and so you like fight him. I think that's cool. I like those encounters because they're more interesting.
I've got to say, my favorite encounters are probably I like that Dwemer. I know people don't really like the Dwemer because their dungeons are absolute fucking puzzles, but I can't help but to love the Dwemer's design. I like steampunk. I like that mechanical aesthetic and the brass of it. So, you know.
I do want to hear though what Eric's answer was for best like favorite character.
My favorite character, I think. Man, there's different reasons. I really adore some of the simple ones, like Mike, right?
Mike, yeah. Mike knows much. I mean, he is a meme character, but he is still likable, and he is given a bit more characterization with the voice acting.
But I think I know it sounds weird, but I think one of my favorite characters is tied in with some of my favorite encounters, and it would be Catria, because I like everything that goes along with the Ethereum Wars, all the tonal
Mm.
discovery. It goes right in with the Dwemer and the steampunk. Everything about that whole quest line, like, I really like it.
Oh,
I
good. Because
I
I think it's actually pretty nice too.
Here's a funny little thing. I haven't been able to do that quest line yet.
It is interesting, and it has really unique rewards. Obviously, but for vanilla, it's unique. But you know, when you have the game modded to
Oh,
hell, it
wait,
probably doesn't mean that much.
you haven't done it?
I haven't done it. For as much as I love the Dwemer, I have not done it.
Oh, well, dude, then when you finally do it, your favorite encounter will be the Forge Master.
Yep.
I,
I
I
promise.
I'm very excited for that. I kind of want to put Skyrim stuff on the channel at some point soon because I was
Yeah.
streaming it in the past, but I didn't know exactly what I was doing, nor did I have very many motivations for it. But
Mhm.
I have a feeling that if I get it started, I want to go for a kind of Beastmaster build. Do all the calm shit in the game and see how that goes. Also, the topic of the stream, with our little art thing, is monsters are people, monster girls, monster boys, things like that.
Yeah.
So I've started by making a Reichling and a very poor attempt at a xenomorph. um, Now here's another question that ties into the whole monsters thing. What is your favorite monster from any video game? Just something alien, something mythical, something uncouth. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
I think it's
I got inspired, so I don't want people to laugh at me.
no,
What?
no one's gonna laugh at you. There's no laughing here. We're
As he
What?
laughs.
You're laughing at me.
You're gonna laugh.
Oh,
No! I actually worked pretty hard on this one.
holy shit! That's good. That's good.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Does
I
it
got
have to be
inspired by
a-
Mob, but I also got inspired by the witch from Primal.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
it. Ooh, wait, hold on. Speaking of that, my question still stands. What are your thoughts on like favorite mythical thing, mythical or monster from mythology or video games and stuff like that? What are your guys?
Does it have
Well, y'all already
malevolent
know my
or evil?
answers.
It just needs to be a monster. It doesn't need to be malevolent or evil.
My favorite of all time, Falcor from Neverending Story, the Luck Dragon. That is my boy.
Very nice.
Atreyu. Wait, was his name Atreyu or something? It was Atreyu, right?
That was the kid, right?
He said
That
Falcor.
was
Yeah, I know because I was trying to say something that Falcor said. He said Atreyu, Atreyu, Falcor.
yeah.
I remember that
He was
scene.
the Atreyu was the boy warrior from the Plains people with his horse Artak, I think it was.
And then he died because he got depressed.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that tore me up, dude, as a kid.
Yeah, I'm like, I was like, wait, why are you depressed? You're a horse.
What does a horse have to be depressed about?
Animals can get depressed.
They can.
I gotta say, another one of my favorites from that, the Rock Biter. I mean, the golem of all golems.
I actually haven't seen the Neverending Story, so I don't know
Good.
these very well. Good.
Ah, so Eartha. So Eartha.
Oh, what the? I'm trying to make the trope of the Hat Man here just to see how it'll go, and I have doinked it up a little bit, doinked it up just a wee bit, just a tiny bit. Man. Okay, I'm gonna start that again. I gotta start at the beginnings of the hat, and then I gotta work my way down again. There we go.
Oh yeah, to answer the reason why I brought up Skyrim at all is because I'm listening to the Skyrim OST while we draw. God, it is so serene.
Gotta agree. Skyrim OST is some of the best shit out there. Anyone who hasn't played Skyrim, go play Skyrim. Skyrim good. Skyrim always good.
There are about 9 million copies that you can buy, so Todd Howard gave you options.
Just buy the most recent one.
It's what, like,
Yeah.
10 years later, in the game.
No, it's funny that like they made the whole ass what do you call it, the workshop, like the mod workshop, where they're like, people are like, oh yeah, just buy mods that other people made, and they got quote unquote touched up by Bethesda employees, which was just giving it a texture enhancer and slapping it in the game. I think it's funny that they were like, oh, let's just take this shit that is essentially just a DLC and just put it in the base game now. And they still haven't fixed the glaring issue of the restoration master quest.
It's dumb. It's dumb. There's a lot of bugs that they haven't fixed, even if they've continuously updated the game. It's been it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny.
Makes me sad because I still have memories of just putting all of my time and effort into making a restoration and illusion based character who's more about indirect combat and trumping undead and shit, and having his follower do most of the combat for him while I buff and heal him, which was super fun and unique way to play the game. But I bust my ass because it was the first time where I planned out how I was gonna make my build and how it was gonna, like, gameplay wise affect it. I was gonna do this awesome combo of using the master restoration spell, which is it's either called Guardian Circle or something like Circle, but it creates this little barrier ring around you that continually heals you and also banishes undead while you stand inside of it. The expert version of it just banishes undead, which is not that impressive, to be honest. But one of the things that's cool about it is if you have the absorption skill or like thing unlocked, it makes it so while you're standing in there, you're not only getting healed, and if you have the restoration skill that restores as much stamina as you do HP, you will be getting all magicka, stamina, and HP healed simultaneously while standing in that circle. You will become an unkillable god, and you will be banishing undead at the same time. So you just create a safe zone, you stand there, and at a distance, heal your ally, throw buffs out at him, and then at the same time you can cause chaos with all of the different effects and other spells just messing with your enemy, and I just get to sit there and be entertained. And then I only get to find out that the spell is essentially locked behind having to have a high enough sneak skill and some weird semantics of having to be halfway fit through completing a specific quest so that the item appears in the master seller's inventory, where it won't be available in their shop, which it should be when you complete the quest, but it will be planted in their inventory just before the quest is completed. So you have to sneak up to them and steal it from their inventory before it despawns after a respawn check.
What the fuck?
That is the only way to get the spell permanently. Otherwise, you have to use scrolls.
Yeah, games like, I love Skyrim, right? But you
Me too,
have
I love
you have to play it modded in order to prevent the game from just crapping its pants a lot of the time. And I would love to play it at some point on stream and just have fun with it. Do some little modded Beastmaster build. So I've made the Hat Man now, and I'm making this funky little ghosty goo, this little ghost thing.
The Hat Man.
This little spooky ghost. Ooh, gaga.
Ghost stew.
I'm Hatman.
Hat Man. It's Batman, but he's associated with hats instead of bats.
Much more intimidating.
Far more intimidating. If it was Hatman instead of Batman, I'd actually be scared.
I mean, yeah. Oh, someone should make that a thing.
His arch nemesis is the Mad Hatter, right?
No, his arch nemesis is the Naked Headman.
Jonker.
Jonker.
Mercury.
Oh yeah, and to answer my own question from earlier about favorite Skyrim character, I have a relatively unique pick that I don't think a lot of people would choose.
Don't you fucking say Nazim. If you're about
I'm not gonna. No, Nazim sucks.
Agreed.
That's something we all know. It's like he sucks.
Just making
And
sure
nobody
you
likes him.
Just making sure you weren't about to say Nazim.
No,
But
my
that's
favorite.
awesome.
My favorite is Falion.
Who the fuck's Falion?
He is he was once a member of the College of Winterhold before he was expelled for unknown practices involving trying to contact greater powers. And so he left and wandered the lands of Skyrim in search of like a use for his magical skills until he came across the town of Morthal. And when he entered Morthal, he realized, oh, this place needs my protection. This place is a center for some crazy magical manipulation and influence. And while he was there, he adopted a young girl and is currently not only raising her as her father, but also as his magical ward, like teaching her magic. And for the most part, they seem pretty benign. But he has some crazy implications about him as a character that no one in Skyrim shares.
Do elaborate.
First thing, he is the only one in Skyrim who is aware of a cure for vampirism, and he is the one who cures you if you need it. He mentions how he is needed in the village, even though everyone in the village fucking hates him, and because they're all like Nordic, like conservative assholes, they're all just like, magic only brings evil, we must reject him. And the leader of the village is like, he just hasn't done anything wrong. The Jarl is like, give me a reason to kick him out and I'll kick him out. But so far he's done nothing wrong. So stop being like paranoid and just let him live. And if you hang around his house at night, you'll find that he leaves the house like very late and walks out into the woods. And if you follow him and stalk him, he'll lead you to a strange Nordic shrine that is just hidden there. There's no no buildings or dungeons you can go into there. It's just a strange, benign area with no explanation. And he'll kind of meander around it and then enter a praying animation. And you don't know who he's praying to because he doesn't say anything or mumble anything. But if you walk up to him while he's praying, he'll panic and ask you to not tell anyone that he's been out here at night doing that. And you have the choice of going to tell the Jarl or ignoring it and just letting him be. And if you tell the Jarl will just reprimand him and say, stop creeping people out and stop going to that shrine at night, and he'll stop doing it. But other than that, there is no effects that it has on anyone or anyone's life. But he continues to insinuate he stays in Morthal to protect everyone, and he must stay there to do that. And he also mentions that he is able to travel the different realms of Oblivion, and casually does so in his sleep and in his own spare time. And he mentions that he has met Daedra and Dwemer on his adventures.
Yes.
Which is the coolest implication, the fact that, oh, the Dwemer out there somewhere, and the great
And he just
Umgaga.
had the balls to find it. And I'm just like, wait, why does nobody talk about this guy? He is like a magical innovator, but everyone's acting like he's just some weird NPC that is just meant to be for the vampirism quest. But he serves a genuinely curious role in the world of Skyrim that makes me want to know more about him and his purpose.
I think that honestly, it's a cool character. I wish I wish I could say more, but I like it. I like that as a character. Just someone with a lot of mystique to them, going about, and pretty niche in all honesty.
Mm-hmm. The only other thing I know about him is he has a small conversation with his daughter/apprentice, where he's been asking her how she's been doing with her meditative and concentration processes, and she mentions how she's been struggling, and he explains to her concentration is the most important aspect of magic, because if you're working with the magics that I am, a lack of concentration will obliterate you.
Oh, well, that's sinister.
And I'm like, what does he mean? What is he doing? What is he doing different?
Now, here's a question on that topic. On the topic of Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls, what is your favorite creature from the Elder Scrolls in general?
That's a really difficult question because there's so many really cool ones.
This includes Daedra. This includes the shit from all the way over in the Dark Elf territories and stuff like that.
I'm trying to think. What's something? I mean, I think the Gwar are cute, but that's not my favorite. I mean, does it count if I say the Numidium?
Sure, though I am inclined to ask what the Numidium is.
The Numidium is essentially the magnum opus of the dwarves. It is a mech. It was their attempt to construct their own god, because they believed that the other gods in Daedra weren't worthy of being called gods. They were just people with a lot of power. And they figured, oh, that's not a real god. That's just a fucking poser. That's just someone who has influence. And that's not a real god in our opinion. We have influence, and we believe we can make a real god. And they thought they could power the Numidium with the heart of Lorkhan. But the truth was, there is nothing that can manipulate that power. The heart is much too potent and possesses way too much unknowable potential. And they never got to use it because of, them getting deleted from reality and all. But the Numidium did get used, and it became a large contentious topic of political and influential nature, because Tiber Septim was the one who ended up inheriting it after conquering Morrowind.
Boo.
Yep, absolute asshole.
Boo.
Yeah, he was a messed up guy in a lot of ways. But after he gained access to it, he set all of his royal mages into figuring out a way to power it. And they, through some influence, managed to figure out they created essentially this unimaginably large soul gem that needed a crazy amount of souls to power it. And he just said, make it happen, do whatever it takes. And through some very underhanded and relatively evil antics, they figured out a method. I think it cost a lot of life, from what I remember, but they succeeded, and they powered the Numidium with it. And Tiber Septim, just like fucking Shinji and Evangelion, got in the mech, and he used it to create the Empire. It is the only reason he was able to conquer the Aldemary, not the Aldemary Dominion, but the Somerset Isles, and the only reason he was able to conquer the Red Guards and pretty much everyone else who they couldn't beat through open war. And it was just because it was an unchallengeable thing, much like the dwarves made it. It was made to be essentially entirely immune to magical influence. It was entirely powered by tonal architecture, so trying to disable it was impossible, because it was essentially held together by tonal magic. And in general, it was indestructible with its make and alloys. It is one of the most powerful things ever. But after he used it to the fullest of its extent, like defeating all of the other kingdoms and lands and uniting Tamriel in one massive empire, it became unpowered and the soul gem was spent. And ever since then, it's been unusable.
So the Numidium has just been sitting somewhere completely immobile.
And we don't know where it is. I think it's been hidden. And the last thing that really discusses it was the game of Daggerfall, where the entire purpose of that game is trying to figure out who should inherit the Numidium, what people should be able to control it and harbor it. And obviously there's a lot of potential like people you could choose, but the game doesn't really give you a definitive answer, and the lore just says it stayed in the hands of the Empire and it got put into an unknown place to be stored. But it's still something that rests hidden somewhere in Tamriel. And if someone were to find it and power it again, they could completely shift the change of power again. And some people have been theorized the Aldemary Dominion already know where it exists.
Now, do you think that in any of the future Elder Scrolls games there's going to be another instance of the Numidium's use, or is it going to be delegated to, oh, this is a lore thing that happened?
I want it to. That much I'll say. I want it to because it's a very unique aspect of the Elder Scrolls universe where technology and magical prowess is combined into this amazing force. Because I'm not going to lie, I agree with you. The Dwarven tech is amazing because it stands out to be so unique and different out of everything in the Elder Scrolls universe. And that's what makes it stand out among the rest. But I don't think they're going to use it because one of the things that I feel like they're aiming in the direction towards is new stories. Not that I'm saying new stories are a bad thing. I think it's because they're trying to veer away from the original lore creators, Michael Kirkbride's intentions and ideas, because he was a little edgy. I'm not saying that was really bad, but yeah, there was some pretty edgy shit in the lore. And I think they just want to not get in trouble for that. And so they're like, let's make different stories. Ones with not so much suffering and horrible sexual abuse and and evil doings. Because, hey, if you read the real Baron Zaya, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I was just all like, he doesn't love her. Like, already, like with one line that they said, I was like, oh, he wants to take advantage of her. He doesn't actually love her.
Yeah, Tiber Septim I think I got no better word, but he was a cunt.
He was a cunt. He was a big cunt. Man.
He just used his power and influence to give himself a satisfying life, and because of that power influence and the impact he made on the entire world, he was gifted with godhood, which is so unfair.
I tell you, in regards to the future of Skyrim, something I would like to see is what does Aventus Argentino do with his life? Remember,
Oh,
he
wait,
said, "When I grow up, I'm going to help people too, just like you."
wait, Aventus Argentino? Who is that? One of the kids?
The Argentino boy who summoned the Dark Brotherhood, the kid.
Oh, that kid. Yeah.
If he decides to stay in the north and travels the coast, he'll eventually come across the Dawnstar Sanctuary. I want to know, does he end up becoming a member of the Dark Brotherhood?
Well, based off of how everything plays out in the game, and it's so weird to me because they essentially implicate that section of the Dark Brotherhood that exists in Skyrim is the last remnants of it. There's none other left anywhere else in Tamriel, and that's because either everyone hated them and hunted them down, or they killed each other. And we already know they have a history of that, because if you play the quest in Oblivion, that is the entire quest line, is you rise through the higher echelons of the Dark Brotherhood, killing person after person, individual, influential individual, until you get your final quest, which is from like your higher up, and he just says, kill all of your guildmates, and you do it. And you succeed, and you go up to ask him what to do next, and you find him, and all of the remaining leaders in the guild assassinated him and tortured him. And they're just like, oh, sorry, he just wanted to destroy the guild. I don't know why, but I guess the Night Mother told him to do it. We don't understand.
Gotta say, this is a very deserved moment. Just deserved.
No, yeah. You get to actually get his shade in Skyrim as one of your servants to summon, which is interesting. So his soul is not destroyed.
Speaking of Jade, though, speaking of shades and that Valian might be the only person who can find Arnie O'Gain.
That's true.
Arnie O'Gain?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the guy who like disappeared in the process of the conjuration stuff, right?
Right. And it's been theorized that if that's what happened to the dwarves, the Dwemer,
he likely got sent to the same place.
Yeah, if Valiant has met Dwemer, they're not destroyed either. They're in some Oblivion realm, and that's where Arnie went.
My theory is the dwarves got a dream of their own to rule over. I think that's just what they wanted in the end. They wanted to become gods, but they couldn't fit in this world that already had gods, so they got their own world.
They end up getting their own realm.
Mm-hmm. Maybe not their own wheel, but something.
Motherfucker. You motherfucker. I just looked down in this little corner, and I see what you've been doing this entire fucking conversation.
I can't make art, but I can make pixel art of Among Us.
We have been told the topics at hand are monsters and people, and monstrous people, and people like monsters. And here you are playing fucking Among Us in the corner.
Yeah.
Huh?
Look. Oh my god. I can't escape this dumb trope every time it's Among Us. Fucking.
Now I'm making a brown Among Us.
Among Us. Among Us.
Among Us.
Crab.
I saw the crab woman. Yeah.
So
here's a different question. Different question on the topic of monsters and stuff like that. What is your favorite sympathetic monster? Specifically ones that are either good or morally ambiguous, but are not as bad as the bad guy, you know?
I mean, You already know my answer.
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I? Elaborate.
Does the name Garo ring a bell?
I believe it does. Character from One Punch Man.
Yes, he is. I like him a lot because he is an example of someone who is trying to change how the world works, and not for evil purposes, but because he refuses to allow the world to continue to treat people the way he got treated, and to treat monsters the way they got treated. And it's like he's literally the only character I'm aware of that's done that sort of thing, and was willing to try to go as far as to give up his humanity to make it possible. And even though he never ended up fully losing his humanity because his heart was still motivated to do it for them, it makes me understand that it's like, oh, he's just a hurt person. He's just a kid who wanted to make the world a better place by scaring straight all of those assholes. And I'm like, yeah, there are a lot of assholes, and they never really get their comeuppance. And sometimes they get put on a pedestal, and that feels so wrong that gets allowed to happen.
Oh, that's just manipulation at that point.
No, yeah, they know.
It's like,
They
we all
know.
heard the line before. What? I don't believe you. Them? No, they treat me well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's why I like Garo. It's like, he's someone who's sick and tired of that shit that just keeps happening, and everyone just acts like it's no big deal or is completely oblivious, even though they're not even victims. And it's like, oh, they're not a victim because they didn't choose them to be. But yeah, that's my favorite sympathetic monster, the human monster Garo.
For me, I gotta go really old school. But I think Frankenstein's monster was one of the more interesting sympathetic monsters.
He's just sad. Like he is the equivalent to a brain damaged child. He doesn't know what's happening. He doesn't know that why he exists.
That's why he has a waifu. Remember the Bride of Frankenstein?
Actually,
true.
she never got made.
She never did.
Nope.
Really?
Frankenstein, when he was asked by Frankenstein's monster to make him a bride, decided or had the thought process of, if he makes this monster, it doesn't mean that Frankenstein's bride will actually or Frankenstein's monster's bride will like the monster. And if they do, he feared that those two together would have unholy offspring that would curse the world.
How could they reproduce? They're dead.
That's.
I mean, they're alive, but they're also made of dead parts.
Well, the thing is, he didn't resurrect the dead. That's not what it is. He created new life by experimenting on body parts.
I guess so, but it's still reanimation in my book because he had to take things that were once alive and stitch them together to make something that is now alive.
Apparently, it didn't count. The monster breathed. It could live. It could see and it could feel. Oh, It was alive as much as it could have been. It was just manufactured.
Damn. Brutal.
So, with that in mind, he didn't make Frankenstein's monster on the he made the monster. Of course, he fucking did. But
he didn't make him. He just made him.
He didn't make the monster's bride, and that actually resulted in one of his loved ones getting killed because the monster was upset that he would now have to live alone.
Didn't the monster end up killing Frankenstein?
No.
Frankenstein?
I believe that Frankenstein actually died of the cold because Frankenstein went out hunting for his monster and then froze to death, and then the monster mourned him and died by his side.
Oh, so he died to the cold too?
I believe so.
Oh. His own father. Boo-hoo, big cry.
Favorite sympathetic villain? Gosh.
Well, it's not just villain. It's not
It's
just
monster.
villain. It's monster.
Okay. Monster. Uh, I mean, you couldn't mention. As soon as I find out a sad backstory, I'm all in it. It's a lot. I mean, more recent, like Joaquin's Joker.
Oh yeah, I
Or,
mean, he is still a human, but I agree.
Actually, I would
Oh.
argue that he is an emotional monster.
Yeah, and he was made by society.
right. I mean, there's the obscure, like Kurgan from the old PC game Arcanum. He wanted to wipe life off the world because the void is all peace. It's all quiet. It's all calm. And it's like, I kind of understood that. He said there would be no more pain, no more suffering. Like, I understand that. But he wanted to kill everyone.
Wait, do you have to kill him? I thought that game you could actually convince him that that's not the case, and then he just kills himself.
You can convince him that he was wrong, and he will allow you to. He will allow you to do the thing to him,
Oh.
so everyone escaped. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, removing... That's like cutting out... If you wish to remove all pain, the idea that removing all life which can perceive pain is very totalitarian and doesn't really help anyone.
And it's an absolute. It's not something
Right.
that can. It doesn't really make anything
It
better.
solves
it just
the
makes
problem.
everything. It makes everything nothing.
It solves the problem by removing the problem.
It solves the problem by removing the.
Yeah.
All that
Well,
is...
it is like I understood his sentiments. He was just very wrong in what he wanted to do about it.
Yep, exactly.
I have been stuck on this goofy looking fucking balloon thing for a little bit. I don't know why, but I wanted to make this weird, like, slug slime sort of thing.
Sluggo.
And...
Oh, you should make a slode.
Oh, God, if I get started on the Slode, I'm never gonna stop. I love the Slode as a race from Skyrim. I think those fat, awful bastards are kind of... I like the trope of the fat antagonist, right?
No, they are literally the ugly bastard incarnated into the Elder Scrolls universe.
I hate the ugly bastard trope, but I love things like Dr. Eggman and the Slode for some dumb reason. It's just like, oh, man, I get these guys!
They just want everyone dead.
They just want to destroy absolutely everything. I get these guys!
If only you get the option to play as them.
I would love a mod for Sky. Makes it so that you can play as...
It would be such a different
Uh-oh!
playthrough.
I accidentally clicked on Bank of America. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Good thing I don't have a Bank of America card. That would be very bad if I had shown
Almost got
any...
leaked.
Yep. Maybe the idea that doing anything in my browser is smart is not smart.
Not smart. Who's this? Who's this?
An OC.
Oh.
Making old C's over there.
It's okay, she's a monster girl because she's a ghost.
Okay, here's a question. What is classified as a monster? How inhuman do you have to be counted as a monster? And are there...
If we're going to be that technical, technically humans can be monsters too.
Right. because they can be
Because
intrinsically inhuman.
humans have like
They have the capacity to be.
yeah, humans like did like very monstrous things. Like not even not
Yeah.
even like have you heard like moms like because of postpartum depression and all that stuff like they like actually kill their babies.
Which is
Okay.
awful.
Awful, but like not exactly what I expected you to bring up as an example.
I mean, well,
I
think
mean,
about it because like
It's
usually
fair,
like
but like wow.
well, it's because like on Tumblr they kind of wanted to normalize like says like oh if you give birth to your child right and you don't feel anything like no love just nothing that's normal and I'm like no it's not.
No, that's a critical error that could result in some pretty bad news bearers.
It's
Yeah.
being mentally unwell.
Because like even like because I seen documentaries of like this woman who like even like she had she was gonna give her child up for adoption, right? Because she was like, it was like well, one of like I didn't know I was pregnant type of thing, and she mentioned that like, oh, I know I couldn't provide for my kids, so I wanted to give it up for adoption, like when I gave birth to it. But she mentioned that like when she held her baby in her arms, she's like, oh, I fell in love instantly. You know?
You know, that's like a
Yeah.
healthy human brain.
Yeah, and I am aware that there are some women who like actually do suffer that, you know, which is why doctors try their best to understand postpartum depression and actually help them get through it, you know?
Yeah, because it is a chemical imbalance. It's like, yes, I understand. You just made another living being with your own body's resources. Clearly, you're going to be a little messed up and miscalculated for a while. Your brain might be not all there, and that's okay because you already got to the end goal. Just take a breather, recuperate, heal, and then you can live your life like with your baby. It's like, okay, don't just act like it's normal to to not have any love in your heart.
That's where you get situations where, like, they're so dejected that even if they don't, like, do something horrible, the child isn't going to grow up in a suitable household, which, you know, that happens to a lot of people.
Alabaster, it looks like you're drawing the poisoned apple from Sleeping Beauty. No, not Sleeping Beauty, from Snow White.
Gotta give it red dots. Gotta give it those red spooky dots. I'm also gonna give the little friend down here some. No. I'm gonna give them the white dots.
But I would dare say that humans are more monstrous because we have the capacity to not do those things and we make the active choice to do those things. An actual monster, the beast, the creature, might not have that capacity. We have the capacity to not be that way and what we do. And
Yeah.
I think
Sometimes the
that's
monster
worst.
doesn't have the sometimes the monster doesn't have a choice.
Which, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
most monsters are either based off of instincts or they're based off of the idea that, you know, they are hurt. Because oftentimes hurt people.
Exactly.
I mean, if a lion rips apart a gazelle and eats it while it's alive, that's nature, that's instinct. But if I do that, there's something wrong. I have the ability to, if I wanted to eat a gazelle quickly, put a bullet in its brain, end it quickly, and be kind about it, you know.
We have the ability and competency to be kind, and then when we go against the opportunity to be kind, that is monstrous. We don't have to follow every instinct, including those that would hurt others. We have the ability to choose.
Well, that's true. It's our free. That's where the concept of free will comes in. It's like, oh, I have the choice. I am capable of making the decision for myself, and then there's, it's an endless argument because It's something where like, oh, well, you don't know if you would have made that choice because it might have just been something you would have always have done no matter what, even if you tried to second guess yourself. And it's like, well, I can't know that.
When people like to say that, oh, there is no such thing as free will. There's no, it is all either predetermined fate or it is chemicals in our brain that dictate us what to do. And whether or not that is true or false or whatever, reducing it down to that level is just... I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's healthy to reduce such a complex topic down to, at the end of the day, it's chemicals, so nothing matters. Blah, blah, blah,
No, yeah, that's some Rick and Morty bullshit. Get that out of here.
Right.
That's some chicken Schwarty.
Yeah. I think it's a bit of a mix of things where it's like, yes, you are the sum of your parts. You will make choices based off of your life experiences and the impact it's left on you, but everyone has a capacity to change, whether for the better or for the worst, and it's their decision whether or not they want to go through with it or not. And that's why at the end of the day, we get punished for our crimes, because we had the choice.
Yeah. Isn't that why there is a plea for insanity? The idea that you didn't have a choice in the matter, so...
Yeah, that something influenced you to do it. Either a voice in your head, or some sort of lack of perception in reality.
Interesting. Yeah, I suppose... Eric and I had a conversation about this, I believe, literally last night. But the idea was, what is the definition of selfless and selfishness, and and are they intrinsically bad? So what are your thoughts on it before I go speaking my mind on the subject?
Selfish and selflessness?
What is your definition of selfless and selfishness, and is it intrinsically bad or good to be either?
Well, I feel like being any sort of extreme or radicalism in the universe is mostly a bad idea. So going all the way either way is not going to result in you becoming a better person, because if you're entirely selfless, you will destroy yourself. And if you're entirely selfish, you will be what's the word? Being rejected by everyone. You'll just be despised. Obviously, some people can get away with it easier than others. Usually money helps with that. But at the end of the day, I think selfishness is knowing that you could give something to others or share something with others and that you don't need something, but the willingness to take it away from everyone anyways. That is selfishness, in my opinion. It's being willing to strip something from everyone's grasp just so you could have it, not for any greater meaning, just so you can have it. And that is selfish. I don't think, oh, I need a glass of water because I'm thirsty is selfish. I don't think, oh, I need food to live is bad or it's selfish. Or it's like, I'm hungry, therefore I'm going to eat one of my friend's French fries. It's selfish. I think that's goofy. But I feel like some people take it to such extremes where it's like, oh, literally doing anything for yourself is selfish. And it's like, no.
Or even just saying no.
Yeah, just willing to stand up for yourself, establish your boundaries. That's not selfish. That's something we all have as individuals.
One of my friends, she got bullied and isolated just because she stood up for herself, because her friends, she had hot Cheetos, and her friends were just putting their hands into the hot Cheetos and eating the hot Cheetos without even asking her, right? And she literally just said, "Hey, don't eat my stuff without my permission."
And they were
called her selfish.
Wow, I can't believe you would prevent me from eating your food. How selfish.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay.
No, see, that's what I'm saying, is there are degrees to these things, and going to any sort of extreme destroys the purpose of the words selfish and and selfless. Because when you're
Right.
selfless, obviously you put others before you. That means you're willing to deprave yourself of what you need sometimes simply to help others. And it is obviously the exact opposite of selfishness. You will sometimes give others things they might not need, something you might need, just because you can.
I think
And
that's
that can,
I
yeah.
think, I think that's a pretty good baseline for it. When Eric and I had the discussion, I at least came to the conclusion that to be selfless is to act without reward, or in spite of reward, and avoiding punishment is a reward. That is a reward in itself. So the idea of someone acting without a reward in the benefit of other people, that's also something important to acknowledge as a clause for that. Because you could do something simply because it feels good, without a reward and without the acknowledgement of it, but if it doesn't benefit other people, then it's just doing something. It's
Yeah.
not inherently selfless or selfish. And then at the opposite of that, selfishness is to act for a reward despite the consequences it will have on other people. So
Yeah.
pretty
Which is like, yeah, taking something to strip it away from others, a consequence.
yeah.
And it's usually being selfish involves not thinking about consequences involved with them. You can act selfish and know about consequences, but usually doing that results in you getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Or not.
Or not,
Like
sometimes.
manipulation.
Yeah, manipulation is a thing, and people practice it readily, but I feel like it's a mixed bag. Obviously, some people get caught red-handed, some people know how to play the game, but I personally think that selfishness is something that you can spot a mile away, while selflessness in like taking care of yourself are both like they're not a bad quality to have, but it's the saying. It's my uncle always used to say, "Do everything in moderation." That includes moderation, so let's get fucked.
Oh, here's a question. What's the weirdest thing that somebody has called you selfish for? Or like an egotist, or like,
Yeah.
And it's like something that like, oh, that's really stupid. Like for you to call me selfish for that.
Moderating this little Discord server of ours, because I finally started taking action, I was apparently appointed as selfish. Then I got called selfish for having friendship biases, which they're my friend. They're my friend. They're my high quality friend, top of the top friend. So of course I'm going to have a bias. And if you don't have a bias for your friends, then maybe you don't feel quite too friendly towards them. And it's not like this server is a big ol' profession. It is just a Discord server of friends. So me having bias towards friends is bound to fucking happen.
I was about to say, oh, Alabaster, you have a bias for your best friend. He's like, and you have a bias for your boyfriend. So what's up?
No one has context, and they'll never have it.
No one.
Oh, I know, but
I know.
Like, that could happen to anybody.
I know. I don't want to remember that.
We're speaking of evil. We're speaking of evil things and evil, malevolent people. Ooh, said with the deadest stare I could have possibly mustered.
Mustard.
I love mustard.
Me too.
I've only just had mustard, like, over the course of staying in the new place that I am. And apparently mustard is good, and I didn't know that.
Mustard has no calories, so.
Yeah.
I always stock mustard.
Mustard got negative calories.
What do you mean?
It means your body usually spends more resources to produce it than it gives you, meaning that you actually lose weight consuming it. That doesn't mean you should do that to lose weight. It means that it doesn't do anything for you.
That's
Must-
why, like, sometimes if like people like that's why they say that like, oh, if you want to like lose weight, do small things like replacing mayo with mustard.
Yep.
All mustard diet? All mustard diet, anyone?
The all mustard diet, you'll die. That's like the all celery diet. You will die.
Eat the all mustard diet. Eat it.
Zero
Eat
calorie
the fucking mustard. Drink raw mustard 100% of the
Zero
time.
too?
Coke Zero? No, Coke Zero just has zero sugar. So it's still got crap in it. Still got crap in it.
The mustard antithesis diet have everything that costs more calories to. Yeah,
No, that's the negative calories diet, and I think that would kill you if you tried to do it. It would not end well.
Very
Oh
tempted.
yeah, because you need calories to maintain your body.
Yeah,
No
literally.
maintenance calories.
Yeah, you literally just need them to live. Like if you don't, your cells don't get food and amino acids, which they need.
Yeah, which is why when people say to like lose weight, you still gotta eat like a bit of calories, like your maintenance calories.
Exactly.
I have no idea what I've just made. I wanted to go for like a creepy clown sort of thing, but I've turned it into this weird, like, fucked up thing. I'm a little bit...
it's like a mob psycho spirit.
You've said that about every fucking thing I've made over the past day or so.
I've only said about two things.
Two things, one of those things including like 4 images.
Yeah, they all look like mob psycho spirits.
I can't tell if you're making fun of me or not.
No, it's not. I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying that it's good design. It's scary, spooky, weird monster.
Spooky, scary skeletons. Send shivers up your spine.
Still your doom tonight.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Okay, do you consider skeletons monsters?
I mean, if they're living, yeah. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's what lives inside of you. So eventually, a skeleton will be freed once you die. Technically, we're all just skeleton eggs.
We have monsters inside of us.
Yeah.
We've all got a monster inside of us. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, I got a goofy looking slime. I got a weird looking thing that looks kind of like sapient foreskin. The Hat Man. A Reichling from the Elder Scrolls. I got my little friend down here, this little guy. Ghost, Xenomorph, Dragon. What else? What else? What else?
You should draw a bull netch from the Elder Scrolls.
A bull netch. I think I actually know how to do that. I'll try.
Oh, that's right. You're doing monsters. I was thinking, do Rick and Morty except it's thick and shorty.
No, absolutely fucking not. I'm not drawing anything related to Rick and Morty. Fuck you. No. Not my turf. No. We don't like Rick and Morty in this household, young man.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna young man, talking to your elders here.
They control the internet.
Okay. Here I go. I'm gonna actually try to draw a monster. I'm done drawing a Mogus.
Sure.
I'm gonna try to draw Minako from One Punch Man.
That sounds like a very good idea, and I've immediately gone off of...
I gave you Morocco.
I immediately veered away
Don't forget
from what you had
that Minako has a
requested. Man.
mouth.
Yeah, she got a little mouth hidden underneath her belt. Number 1 waifu 2020.
Yeah.
She, I would ship her with Mike Wazowski.
Yeah.
Mike
She would be
Wazowski's
perfect for him.
taken.
I know, but she's so fucking basic.
Yeah, one-eyed Medusa chick. Nah. Nah, Medusas are simple, Cyclopses are simple. Nah, sorry, bud. Sorry, bud. Your waifu's trash.
I
She's
mean,
more than just a Cyclops.
if a Cyclops and Medusa had a kid, that would be Orochi, right?
Huh.
I mean,
Orochi has 2 eyes. I mean, more than 2 eyes. He has, like, hundreds of eyes. Oh, you're talking about Giro.
Yeah, who am I thinking?
Yeah, if you're thinking of a Cyclops, Giro's a Cyclops.
There was some mythological creature that had 100 eyes, and it was killed, and the eyes were given to the peacock. I don't remember what creature that was. I want to think it was related to this. Instead of 1 eye, it was 100 eyes.
That's spooky. That's scary.
is that the Argus Panoptus?
I don't remember.
Damn. Because that sounds like the Argus Panoptus. But it couldn't possibly have been because peacocks weren't in the general area at that time, were they? Because Argus Panoptus was a Greco-Roman sort of thing.
I don't remember which mythology study it was.
Bollocks, man. Bollocks.
Well, Luxman. Alright. Drawing my Monaco. Good thing she's such a simple monster.
I'm Seaweed Monster from One Punch.
Boo
Oh yeah,
here?
that's Konbu Infinity.
Seaweed.
You know, because of you, Alabaster.
Because of me?
Alabaster.
Because of me.
Because of you, I can never look at my male Harpy OC the same ever again because you say he looks like a human Axel.
Ah, fuck you. Fuck you. He's a part of the creepy guy gang. Ah.
Why would you do that? He's so cute though. I was gonna draw him and I'm like looking at like some like commissions that I have of him. They're like, oh, he's so cute. Remembers I used to think he's just Axel. I'm like, no, he's not.
Stop
Get,
it.
get fucked.
Boy.
Get fucked. I've ruined your perspective.
Why would you do that?
I'm a villain! I'm a bad guy! Look at me! I'm an actual monster!
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that, Owlboy? Why would you do that?
Why?
Because I like seeing people suffer.
He was, I mean, he still is a good boy. He's a himbo harpy who will like look at his own reflection and thinks it's another harpy.
And then will proceed to try and kill his own reflection and then get himself hurt in the process.
Yeah.
If you need a new male harpy.
He's just like, hey, what are you doing in my room?
The fuck you doing in that room?
Draw good.
I mean-
Male harpy.
I mean,
You sit there.
I'm just looking at him, and he's just like, look, he's so. I'll just put in. I don't know where to put it.
No,
Here we go.
Chibi, just try to draw Morgan
Look
as a
at the
peacock
screenshot.
harpy. There's Gary.
And I know you're gonna say that he just looks like Axel, your OC.
I am mean. But yes, Gar-
Look. See.
I'm looking! I'm looking!
He doesn't look like Axel. He looks more like Garo.
No, he looks like Axel. Fuck you.
No, it doesn't look like Axel.
Looks exactly like him, except, you know, not awful. Because Axel is awful.
He's awful.
Doge.
My God, can you imagine if Axel like met him?
Axel will bully the shit out of him.
He probably won't even understand what he's trying to do, though.
Axel would make sure that he does.
Oh my God, no! I could just imagine like Axel coming. He's like, "Hey!" He starts bullying him, and he just replies back to him. He's like, "I was like, why are you here? You don't have to be here."
I don't need to be here, I just like fucking with people because I'm bad. Stereotypical villain things. Yada yada yada, aren't they?
Toy.
Ladies, ladies.
What did you just fucking say to me? What would you just fucking say? Fuck you, twat. Fuck, I'm trying to color this little white space in. There we go. There we go. So I've decided to not make a bull netch, and I made this freaky little guy. This little
I
thing.
guess it looks like a weird like version of a bull netch.
Well, yeah, that's the point of it. I started trying to make a bull netch, then I decided, nah, I'm gonna make this thing. I'm gonna make it this miserable little floater. There we go. There we go. I like him. I like him a lot. What next? What next?
Hey, Owl Boy.
Yeah.
I was just like looking through like my screenshots to delete, right? And then I found I still love the screenshot that I took, which was like, I can say this as someone who role plays. Where do role play writers get their massive egos? I swear I could barely tolerate 2 seconds of any roleplay community because they're all too busy trying to be main characters.
I'd say that they get their massive ego from actually, it might be from the fact that they're able to kind of I suppose cultivate their ego through a character. Like, given the opportunity, they can cultivate their ego through the use of a character if they are role-playing, basically souring themselves preemptively.
Yeah, but and then she replies with all like, I'm like an example is like, I'm an experienced writer. If you can't write novellas, fuck off. And then she replies with all like, well, yeah, when your 4,000 word essay is boring, and I fell asleep because you spent 2 hours describing the color of a couch.
Oh, goodness. Pardon?
Gotta make spooky things. Spooky things because Halloween is not over yet. I will not allow Halloween to end until Christmas is here, because Thanksgiving does not exist.
It's not spooky enough.
Nope. Christmas causes a massive amount of suicides throughout the year.
There you go. You got censored. You said the S word.
No, no, my non-existent monetization. Oh no.
Well, since you said that, I'll say why I don't recognize Thanksgiving. Because what are you giving thanks for? Thanks for the syphilis, pale face.
He's funny to me.
He's funny to me.
It's National Caucasian Invasion Day. Let's have a turkey.
Oh, we're terrible. We're terrible. And by we, I mean, you know, our race, not like us specifically.
Yeah, we're all terrible, you know.
Our species. Whole species is rough.
We're all humans.
Yeah,
We're
humans
just
suck.
bad humans.
Humans suck.
Yep.
Dingle dong.
Humans suck.
That's why we're making monsters, because monsters are cool and they can
Yeah.
do stuff and things and don't
Monsters
have.
are cool. Sometimes I pretend that my partner's a monster.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Monster
So do I.
fuckers unite.
Yes. Ha ha ha.
Hoo ha he.
Hoo ha he.
He hoo ha.
People may say you're weird for wanting to bang a monster, and it's like, well, you're just boring.
Have you ever seen Jason Voorhees' Cake?
Wow, Jason Cake.
JK.
JK.
Shake it. Oh.
No, I was about to say something so bad. He's like, oh yeah, Jason Voorhees has cake. Why do you think his mom is obsessed with him?
What the fuck?
Ooh.
Wow, that came out of fucking nowhere.
Haven't you guys seen Friday the 13th? Like, his mom's like pretty obsessed with him to the point where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, did you try to do something to him?
Her son fucking drowned.
Yeah, and she's still like super obsessed with her son.
Okay, I guess I just haven't seen Friday the 13th before. I didn't know it was in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, she like.
That's why she makes him kill teenagers that are doing sexual things, because she's like, oh, they don't get the fucking right.
Yeah.
That is... We need to watch Friday the 13th now, because I did not know that there was some Oedipus shit going on between Jason Voorhees and his mom. I thought
And the thing is that like, Jason didn't even like feel that way for his mom because like, yeah.
He's just doing what his mom tells him to do.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, he's still just the mindset of a child. He just murders people.
Ugh. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Gross.
Pretty grimy.
And wasn't
They're
he,
just like saying.
wasn't Jason Voorhees special needs or something?
Yeah,
And
he
the camp
was.
counselors, the camp counselors did not pay attention to him because they were too busy doing it, and that's why he drowned.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
Moral of the story, never have sex or else a child will die.
Nightmare, 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 nightmare. Man, we have so much.
Bird wings, but you know what? There we go. Haha.
We have so
Bird
much
wing.
left. We have so much left to actually fill on this. I've made a bunch of little doodles of some guys and things and stuffs, but we still got like a ton of space left for us to take advantage of.
I mean, I'm still making my Monaco.
Oh man, I never realized how much I could draw if I drew this poorly.
There we go. I drew Harpy Boy.
so after saying everything we said about Jason Voorhees, does that make him a sympathetic monster?
A little bit, but he's still at the end of the day is just a mindless killer.
I'm gonna have to say a hard no. He still kills innocent people, and even those who aren't like sex obsessed, he will still murder indiscriminately.
Yeah, he'll just kill anyone.
That's true. I would say maybe in the first and second movies he might have been a sympathetic monster, but he kept going. Right.
Like he didn't need to do that much. He could have slowed his roll at some point, but he just didn't.
Exactly.
I'll just erase that.
Whereas you don't have any dilemma with Freddy Krueger, pure evil. In
Freddy-
life
Yeah,
and death.
he's just evil.
He was just
You're
an
evil.
awful.
He was a victim of abuse, but he had the choice to not be evil, but he went with it.
Didn't he? Wait, I thought he was the one who went on to abuse other.
He did abuse others. He just also
Yeah.
was a victim of the same abuse.
Huh. Awful.
Oh yeah,
He was
it's terrible.
Yep. I mean, you should take that rage instead of paying it forward. Use it to hunt down people who do what happened to you.
Exactly. Just
One time,
uh,
I haven't seen the movie, but I heard about it because there were like a lot of people who were just talking about it, and I think it was called Hard Candy, and it was Elliot Page before Elliot Page became Elliot Page. So it was like a role that they did when they were young. And what happened is that it was like about like this girl who was like an assassin, and what she does is that she like literally lures in pedophiles and just tortures them.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty
Nice.
good. And the thing is that throughout the whole movie he tries to make himself sympathetic to her. And she's like, nope.
Actually, that I kind of want to watch that at some point.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
oh no, my mouse is running out of battery at the worst time. Okay, it wasn't running out of battery. It was just being insensitive.
Here's a question: do nymphs count as monsters?
I'm going to say any fantasy creature that is too human and no longer counts as a monster, because at that point they're just a person of a different race. And monsters are people, so there's a really blurry line. So I guess do whatever, but I just feel weird calling nymphs, of all things, monsters.
Yeah, because I
It's
can't
interesting.
think.
Mm-hmm.
Because like some people kind of count gods as monsters too.
Um,
So I'm just all like, okay, so if you bang a god, then that technically means you're banging a monster. But I'm just all like, but like depictions of gods, they literally are just humans with supernatural powers. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you don't call a telepath like a monster,
it depends on which god. They have 6 arms and 3 heads.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like Dagon is probably a
Or
monster.
like fucking Ganesh, which is just a bipedal pink elephant.
Ganesh, Yahweh is too human.
I mean, Yahweh is just God.
Yeah, but I'm saying Yahweh because he's not the only. Let's be honest, he's not the only one. He just really likes the spotlight.
Look, the Yahweh I read about is kind of a monster.
I mean, a little bit. He did kill. He did kill innocent people constantly, such as firstborn children, constant animal sacrifices, even his own son. He didn't need to do. He could have just forgiven us anyways, but he opted to send his son to die.
He's just eating popcorn.
I mean, he didn't need to do that. He could just have said, all right, all's forgiven, but he went a little farther than...
I mean, people say, is there anything God can't do? I say yes. There's obviously one thing that God can't do, and that is wield Occam's razor, for fuck's sake.
I mean, yeah, Occam's razor, the simplest solution is probably the best solution. And, in this situation, just make it so that we don't, murder. We don't have... Just make us without the desire to murder. And that would have been preferable. It wouldn't have taken away our free will, because obviously murder bad. Just, make us without the need to murder people. What the... yes, the biblically accurate Khajiit. I see you've taken inspiration from the thing I was currently doing in the corner.
See this?
Biblically accurate Khajiit. Here it is. Funny.
Gabo.
Gato.
Maik is better.
Maik knows much. There we go. Freaky little guy. Freaky little creature with unearthly auras. I love biblically accurate angels. I love eldritch monstrosities that cause innate horror in all things. They are my favorite.
Angels and horny. That's how we got giants.
That's how giants got us.
There we go. My mouse is no longer dead.
Yay! Said with another deadpan expression, by the way.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I've got bones. I've got ghosts. I've got weird, fucked up clown looking things. I got balloon slime, little guy.
I know
Hat
who
Man.
you should draw.
What?
Sans Undertale.
Oh, Sans! You're right.
I already picture your lifeless face saying that.
Ah!
By the way, how many viewers we got going right now?
We had fuck. Hold on.
Oh man, what was that?
That
Oh.
was me. We had up to what the fuck? I'm sorry, Ace. What are you doing? What are you doing with this? What are you doing with this? Oh, with this serpent? This serpent. Do not give him back his
muscle.
limbs.
Biblically accurate Khajiit.
Do not give Satan his limbs back. He's
I'm
not
just making
just.
a biblically accurate Argonian, okay?
That's right. That's an Argonian when they took just the right amount of hist. and that Khajiit is just a Khajiit born under the perfect single, like the one day of the year, like the moment that the year transitions. If you're born the moment the transition happens, that's what comes out.
Hey, Ace. I want to point out that you've just made Anthro.
I mean, it's not the first time, but like, I'm getting. I just want to take a break from showing cute anime girls. So.
Furry.
No. It's no.
Couldn't be, could it? Couldn't
Oh,
possibly
hey,
be.
Ace, could you draw me a woman submerged in mud, please?
No.
I'd
stop.
like you to draw some women
Okay.
submerged in
Y'all are
mud.
cowards. You know,
Cowards?
ain't none of y'all drew a spider lady or a Spider-Man.
Fine, I will draw a Spider-Man, alright? Give me a
Because I
sec.
feel like drawing
Draw Helob the father.
Alright.
My spider lady OC.
You want a spider? I'll give you a spider. Hold on.
Helob. Melob,
Yeah,
and Welob.
We ice cream for he scream.
Ice cream for his cream? What the fuck?
Oh, you didn't even need to say that, but you did it.
No, that's what you said, didn't you?
No, I said ice cream for his cream.
You
Oh, I
you
did.
did! You did! You
I said
can't
his. I said his scream, but now I realize it sounded like his cream.
you can't gaslight me, Ben.
No, I know.
I'm a master of the art.
I'm a masturbator.
Wait, are we even allowed to say this on I always love live stream? I almost said love stream.
I mean, we're allowed to say things. We're just not allowed to be like, fascist or say things pertaining to historical events of uncouth nature.
Do not say the name of the angry
angry mustache model.
Yeah, angry mustache model. Do not say the angry mustache model. Very bad, apparently.
But it also, if you mention anything topical at all, like you're screwed. But also, just in general, like don't try. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I like pineapple on pizza.
Dude, it's awesome.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You're heathens! You're all a couple of animals. You would put rice on pizza. You beasts!
I mean, have you had a sushi pizza before?
No! And I don't want to have a sushi pizza. That sounds
Haven't you ever had avocado on pizza?
No! What the fuck are you guys talking about?
Have you had pear on pizza?
You're saying random shit. You were just
No,
picking.
I've actually had that.
You were picking
pear and blue cheese pizza.
No,
Ooh,
shut
on pizza.
Shut the fuck up. You guys are picking words out of a hat to try and confuse me. I'm not gonna fall for it. No.
No, these are factozoids. Prepare yourself.
These are rock facts, guys.
That's a rock fact.
Poquito pico.
A solid minute of dead silence after that.
Yeah, I know. She broke the rule by mentioning one of the most divisive topics, more divisive than politics.
Listen, we can't.
I think it is.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's fine.
I think people just need to get their fucking shit in gear. Like, oh my god, it's just fruit on pizza. Let people eat it.
It's delicious.
My opinion about pineapple and pizza is that I've never had it before, and I don't want to ever have it because
You've never tried it and you don't know how good it is.
it would shatter my illusion. Do not break this illusion.
It
of
would
mine.
shatter your illusion because you'll be like, oh god damn it, it's good. And the only reason people don't like it is because they're scared of salty and sweet things, even though they'll eat salt on their chocolate and dip their french fries in their ice cream.
Alright, Chibi, I've done exactly what you wanted. I made a Spider-Man. Come look
Let me
at
see
him.
this Spider-Man. Oh,
Aw, he's beautiful.
I like him. It's just a spider attempting to walk bipedally. And the main word is attempt.
he's Spider-Man. He's Spider-Man. Look at him. Do you have skooma? Casitas Wes.
Whoa!
Oh! Roar! 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 You like funny noises? You like funny noises, guys?
You're making me laugh. I can't draw a Monaco, and I'm laughing.
Hold on, I'm gonna make you laugh some more. I'm gonna make you laugh some more, alright? I'm gonna make you laugh some more, alright? You ready to laugh? You ready to laugh?
Yes.
Fuck, hold on.
Oh, whoa.
Okay, that's not gonna make me laugh. That's gonna make me mad.
Fuck, hold on. Wait, sorry, hold on.
Stop turning the lights off.
Fuck! Sorry, I keep misclicking. Fuck, I did it again. Hold on.
Take the remote away.
Do it again, it'll lose its tumor. Oh boy.
Tumor.
Fuck, I did it again!
No.
It's no longer funny anymore.
I beg the
Fucking
differ.
laugh.
I beg the
Not
differ.
funny.
I beg the differ. He laughed. He laughed, and that's what I was trying to fucking do.
I was laughing at what Ace said, not you.
I'm funny. I'm funny too. I'm very funny. I'm goofy off funny. You and your
You are
who are you to judge me with your stupid Among Us? I see Among Us. I see your shit down there with your fucking.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's because I was scared.
Of Among Us?
No, of drawing a monster.
Goofy ass Among Us. Fucking. Alright, I gotta draw a conventional spider thing.
Okay, I got Monaco's horns. Not very accurate, but okay. Oh god, that looks fucking awful.
So I may have accidentally fucked up, and now I'm going down a very different path to what I expected. I'm sure a lot of people have said that before, but no one has said it like me in this particular.
Like I did, yeah. They certainly didn't say it with your voice.
So I tried to draw an arachne, but it just turned into a moai, and I decided I didn't want to go back.
Wait, where?
Up here.
Oh yeah!
So I'm just gonna stick with this because I'm far too lazy to regress.
Spider Lady.
Yes.
Did you know that if you just immediately give up?
Huh?
That was dumb. That was dumb. That was stupid.
I thought it was funny.
You
I didn't laugh, but I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny, but they didn't laugh.
you won't give me the laugh when I accidentally mess up multiple times painting the entire screen black. But when I say I'm too fucking lazy to go back,
It was funny the first few times. I told you that if you did it that one last time, it was not gonna be funny anymore.
Yeah, the funniness would have been drained.
That's not how funny works. If it's funny the first time, it's got to be funny all the other times.
No, it's the rule of three, Cowboy.
That's hogwash. That's hogwash, Ben.
If it's more than 3, it's no longer funny. You see, it's part of it.
Funny.
Yeah.
See,
You
funny
just
functions by osmosis.
all right. If that's not the case, why is the number 25 funny, huh? That's more than
It's
3.
not. It was a SpongeBob joke, Alabaster.
It was funny. It was funny. SpongeBob's
That's
funny. Shut up.
Hey, guys.
What?
I thought of a number funnier than 24.
What?
25.
See, I just. Okay, she proved my point for me. 25 is more than 3, and it's funny. So if I paint the screen like 25 times, will it be funny then? Will it circle back? Will it circle back around to being funny?
No,
What about
that's a lot. 25's a lot.
25 is a big number. I can't count to 25.
You know how many 3s can get in there?
Oh, at least 25.
Ooh, here's another question.
What?
Like when it comes to monsters and monster boys or monster girls, do animated dolls count?
If zombie... Oh, fuck. Hold on. If zombies count, animated dolls count.
Okay. I was just wondering because I actually did have a character who turned into a doll. Like,
I
she was
like
basically
those.
an animated doll. I'm like, oh, does she count as a monster?
Probably.
animated dolls? Those are nice.
I mean, pretty much anything that is unconventional is a monster. If it's not a human and it's not an animal, then it's a monster. Which is such a broad umbrella that it kind of makes the word monster useless.
That's why the One Punch universe uses the term mysterious being.
It just wraps all the way back around to One Punch and Mob Psycho with you, doesn't it?
What do you think? I'm autistic. You get what you come for. Yeah, I'm not afraid to admit it, like so many are.
Honestly, I don't know if I'm autistic or I don't know if I have any
You just like the schizo post, Alloy.
A bit. Are you the right kind of autistic, though?
Oh no, I'm the boring kind.
You're the boring kind who has normal takes and not the takes.
I don't like fucking try to like shit a brick when someone like drops a book.
I probably shouldn't make jokes like that, or I'm gonna anger
I'm
someone.
allowed to, but you're not able to. I'm gonna get offended on behalf
He's
of all
gonna
those
get
people.
he's gonna get offended for every autistic person in the world.
I'm gonna do it. I'm getting offended.
He is offended.
Why the hell are all y'all getting offended for no reason?
Because it's funny.
Ask the internet that. Ask the internet why they need to be offended. Please, ask everyone.
Why do y'all need to be offended?
Why do we need to be offended all the time? Why can't we just take things on the cuff and say, that's stupid, or that's funny? Why do we need to take it so seriously
Or
all
like
the
literally,
fucking
like
time?
if you're offended, the least you can do is like literally be like, oh, you know what? I'm angry. I'm gonna read a book. I'm gonna watch some movies.
Process your shit instead of taking everything personally. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, yes, but you know that's too hard to do because it needs to be someone else's fault.
That's true.
Yeah, as my favorite quote from what was that that one like visual novel game exploration? Oh, Life is Strange. I can't take responsibility for my mistakes because then it's not someone else's fault. So fuck that. Or something along those lines.
Isn't what happened? What was Life is Strange? I never really.
It was
saw that.
really weird. It was about like a very blah protagonist who's just kind of like a normie ass
Blah.
girl who likes photography, but she gets miraculously given the power to reverse time. But the more she abuses it, the more, I don't know, fucking nosebleeds she gets. So she has to like control her power and use it for useful purposes to try to help people in her life. You use it to try to help one girl at your college campus. I think it's either college campus or high school. I think it's college. Yeah, it's in college. Yeah, you use it to try to help one girl from offing herself by jumping off a roof, and you can actually fail it horribly by saying all the wrong things. You use it to try to help people get out of bad situations. You use it to make things work out better for yourself, and you end up reconnecting with an old friend who used to be a really nice person, but her dad died in a car crash, and instead of like like processing it like a person should, like obviously it's a horrible traumatic experience, she just chooses to become an asshole. Like that's just her decision, is like, oh fuck the world, I guess I shouldn't care what anyone thinks. And she dyes her hair blue and starts acting like a Tumblrette and like a really trashy person. And you witness her get murdered in a bathroom because she is just so fucking has no self-control and just yelled at a kid with a gun. And he just went sicko mode on her and murders her. And then you use your powers to prevent that from happening. And then you try to reconvene with her as friends. And she just continually reveals that she is a compulsive, narcissistic asshole who will refuse to learn from any of her mistakes and will constantly make you pay for them.
So letting her die is the good ending?
No, well, yes, technically, but the game tries really hard to be like, oh, what are you gonna... Her name is Chloe, by the way. And so she ends up getting a guy and his dog murdered by her own actions. And you find out, because of the butterfly effect, everything that you've been doing that's been preventing Chloe from dying has been causing a causality loop that is going to create a catastrophe that will destroy your town, and likely most of the people in it. And you literally have the choice at the end of the game to sacrifice your quote-unquote awful, toxic, evil friend for the entire village, or keeping her alive just to sacrifice everyone.
Wow.
Just let her
And the
die
game
the
tries
first
to
time.
make you feel bad for sacrificing her.
Wow, that sounds like Life is Strange is just really dumb.
No, it got a lot of bad ratings for that reason. Like, the story doesn't make you want to like Chloe at all. Like, there's literally a moment where she is like, oh, I stole this guy's gun. Let's go into a garbage dump and practice shooting with it. And your character, Max, is like, oh, that doesn't sound like a good idea. Well, shut the fuck up, Max. We're doing it anyways. And they go out there, and she's just such a dumbass. She shoots the gun. It reflects off of a metal barrel and into her leg. She's like, fuck, turn back time, Max.
Can you just choose not to and let her die?
No, you have to.
No, Life is
there's
Strange
sometimes-
speed run where you get every Chloe death possible. I want to do that.
So here's like one of the climaxes of the story, besides like the catastrophe that destroys your town, is that you get kidnapped by a serial child murderer, and arpist.
Serial bad person. Serial
Yeah,
bad person.
and it turns out to be your art teacher, so big whoop.
Oh.
And you and Chloe both get kidnapped and drugged, and you use your powers to essentially be able to outsmart him and avoid him, and you save Chloe even though she really doesn't deserve it, and you uncover that like your old friend, like either her friend or your friend died. And it's upsetting, and it's like, oh, wow, that sucks. And then Chloe never learns from anything that she did wrong. And you do get to have like one what if scenario, which is ironic as all hell, that in another universe or timeline where she gets into the car crash instead of her dad, she becomes a completely different person. She is still kind and considerate and compassionate and caring to everyone. She doesn't dye her hair blue. She just suffers from her chronic injuries that she'll never recover from. And you get the choice to mercy kill her as she requests you to, or you can just leave her to her suffering and then VoIP out of the AU.
So effectively, this game teaches us that bad people are worth the safety of the entire. No, I.
There is no morals. There is none. Chloe's a terrible, irredeemable person, and you're forced to like her.
So is that why everybody like literally is frothing at the mouth about the Chloe and Max ship? Because loves that ship so much.
No, yeah, it's like a huge thing. It's like, oh my god, I want to ship with Chloe because she's such a rebel, you know? And it's like, no, she's bad. She's bad juju. No good.
Well, that's because those are probably like the girls who are probably like want to experiment, and there's like, I want to experiment with this girl, you know?
Hold on. I want to look up the actual line because it's one of the worst fucking lines I've ever heard in a video game. Hold on. Life is strange. Fuck that. What is the line? Oh, damn it. I'm just getting a bunch of negative reviews of the game. Hold on.
Well, that's good to see.
What's the line? It's, if it's my mistake, fuck that. Damn it, where's that line? Chloe. If I type in Life is Strange Chloe, the first one says Chloe dies. That's the first result that people search for. Followed by Chloe and Max. Followed by Chloe shoots herself.
I see people are they're getting some catharsis.
The sixth result is Chloe is a bad friend.
This really be a Steven Universe moment, huh?
No, but you're gonna feel bad for her because she's a girl and, like, you know, they're complicated. I don't know.
Listen, just because I don't understand them doesn't justify people being awful people. I will never be in their position, but being stinky buttheads is bad. Don't abuse your friends just because you got some fucking baggage, yeah? Just saying.
She's mysterious, though, you guys.
You know, you want to know more about her. It's like, why wouldn't I make her my best friend?
I don't want to know more about her. She's a cookie-cutter bad bitch. And bad bitch being the not good version of that.
Not a baddie, but a baddie.
Not a...
Before I got Life is Strange, I actually cared more about Max and Chloe.
Yeah, Max is simply more sympathetic because she's not an awful person.
Yeah.
She's just, to be honest, she's just a vessel for the player. That is who Max is. Yeah, she does have some backstory, but for the most part, she's kind of a blank slate. She's like, I like photography. That's about it.
Like strawberries.
He's like, oh, murder is bad. Oh, yeah, how long did it take you to think about that, Max?
I'm not gonna murder. Murder is bad. like Kung Pao. I'm gonna do the opposite of that.
I'm gonna do, but dad. Like, what was it? Oh my gosh, I got an AMV. Shit. I want to find that terrible line.
Just type in Life is Strange
It's
Chloe
my
lines.
fault.
Maybe you're misremembering something.
Oh, I think I found it. I found it.
Motherfucker! I see what you're doing! I see.
Is there an Among Us?
Yes,
Oh,
there
yeah.
is. It is a very high quality Among Us, and bollocks, there they are doing it.
Hey, Among Us.
Among Usy? Among Usy? Oh. Garbo, I hate Among Us. I hate Among Us to its core.
Oh my god, here it is. This is it. It's literally at the beginning of the cutscene. It says, "Life is strange, Chloe's breakdown." And the first thing that Max says is, "Hey, Chloe, you can't keep blaming me and everybody else for everything wrong going on in your life." And Chloe's response is, "Well, I gotta blame somebody, otherwise it's all my fault. And fuck that."
Wow, Chloe is just fucking awful, huh? Uh-oh.
I love it.
It's
Fuck.
so complicated, you guys.
It's so complicated because you know her father died, and it's like, oh.
If your dad dies, that just...
You know, in the AU, she's a good person because she got in the car crash and got crippling injuries and would never heal and would suffer, and you have to feel guilty for it because, you know.
Awful.
I don't get it. I feel like it is emotional manipulation. It is disingenuous. It demands you to feel sympathetic for a genuinely like unlikable person who still, even at the end of the game, like at the end of the game, she realizes that the catastrophe is going to happen because she didn't die. And you tell her, like, oh yeah, you would have died in that bathroom if I didn't do anything to prevent that. And she's like, oh, the reason why this is happening is because I would have died so many times, but you saved me, and the causality is like gonna make everyone die. So you have to sacrifice me to do that. And you're like, no, Chloe, no, it's so hard, Chloe. And she's like, no, I admit I'm a bitch. Just kill me, and everyone will live. And it's like, and I refuse. That's literally one of the endings, and the game just quietly ends as you drive through the destroyed city with Chloe at your side.
Unfair.
Unfair. And you're just like, ha, I made the right decision. My ship will live on.
Alright, finally. Compared to everything else I've made, which are just kind of just normal monsters, I'm finally doing it and making a monster girl.
Alright, I'm gonna just draw an outline for my Monaco.
I'm drawing a monster with massive honkers.
Oh, is it a clown?
Yep.
Well, you didn't even have to insinuate. I could have guessed. It was a clown.
What else do you expect me to fucking do? I'm not taking any of this shit.
Oh my gosh, fucking that's a Germa moment.
This is fucking goofy. This is... face paint.
Come on, mouse. Don't you die on me after I just plugged you in.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. There's no avoiding it. It's gonna happen.
Don't you have like rechargeable batteries?
I do. I should just recharge them. I should. But I'm so lazy.
Vibe. That's a vibe.
Vibe check.
I did it. I made a monster girl. Look at that. Clown.
Let me see this.
Clown.
Oh, wow. There she is.
Wow. honk.
Put
Honk.
2 like pies on her boobies.
I'm not do. Fine, whatever. Fuck you. All right, fine. This is stupid.
I love that. That's really good.
Okay, hold on. These are pies, I guess. You motherfuckers. You're gonna you're foul, unsightly. No, I'm not gonna do that. Fuck you. This is where the clown shit ends. There's the clown. All right. All right. That's my contribution to the monster boy and monster girl thing. All right. That's it. I just wanted to make some goofy monsters. That's all I'm gonna do. That stupid looking clown.
He's glaring at you.
Who's glaring at me? Who?
The clown.
The clown does not glare. There's nothing in those soulless little dots I made for its eyes.
Yeah.
It's not glaring with this stuff.
Besides, all the work that Ace has been putting in has already fulfilled the monster girl quota, like super hardcore. And look at that.
What about my monster girl, Alabaster? What do you think about my?
It's not fucking finished. It's almost finished. You're doing a good job.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, petition to have Alabaster speak in the Wolfie voice for the rest of the stream.
I am not going
Hi.
to speak in the Wolfie voice for the rest of the stream. That would be an awful idea.
Why?
Because they could see your face.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
No.
good. That was good.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No,
so,
don't apologize.
So I've just got a little blip that says server will be undergoing updates and maintenance soon, so it might be around time for us to call it.
I'm not done yet.
I want to watch you finish this little character, but we do have to. We should probably take a screenie of everything just together. Just
Oh, but before you do, check your clown.
Shut up! Stupid little Among Us character. You guys are fucking fixated. I don't have the ability to be as fixated on a single topic like you do, especially if it's fucking Among Us. Among Us is dumb. I don't understand how it got so popular.
You know what we should do? We should play Among Us for a stream.
No, absolutely not.
I think we should.
I'm not going to waste money on Among Us.
Yeah, I think it's free.
No. Fuck no. No. If it's free. Absolutely not. Not gonna do it. No, definitely not.
But it's I really like playing.
Oh no, I died! The server died! Quick!
No!
No.
No!
Take a screenshot, Ben.
Am I the only one?
Yeah, take a screenshot. Hurry
No,
up.
Did
no,
everyone
no.
get kicked out? Oh.
No, I think Ace should be able to get a screenshot of it as well, because it's still open for me.
Okay.
I would love to see more artwork from that Ace guy.
You can find them at wherever his links are. I don't know specifically. Ask him.
You can search up Datahoasi.
I don't think that's the only thing he goes under, but base me.
And search for the one and only instance of Rule 34 Hotel.
And if you like this, like and subscribe on YouTube, because I need more followers. The cult needs to grow. Okay, that's enough of this. Goodbye.